Hello. We are going to aim to get some movement and openness through the ribs. Really, really good if you have any rib problems, any achy ribs. You can usually tell whether it's the ribs or the spine. If it's in the center, quite often it will be spine related or muscles around the spine related. If it's only on one side, quite often it will be rib related. Keeping in mind that the ribs are not only movement, but they're also breathing, which I guess is also movement, but you know what I mean. So if you're finding that you're short of breath, that you feel like you have not enough space, this might also be a good one. Okay. If you're not pregnant, and you have no pain in through the pubic bone here or in these two sections here, what I'm going to get you to do is come down onto what we call a mermaid sit. So a mermaid sit is where we take one leg over to the side, other leg over to that same side. If you find this difficult, maybe from a flexibility standpoint, you can either use a blanket to lift yourself up, or sometimes people prefer it underneath the other buttock, or you can use a bolster to lift yourself up. And by a bolster, obviously being a yoga teacher, I use a bolster, but a cushion will do the same. Okay. Coming into this position should be really comfortable. So I could sit here for a while. If it's not comfortable, maybe you want to play around with your legs. Maybe your mermaid sit looks more like sole of the foot onto front of the thigh. Maybe they're tucked around. Maybe the shin is in the arch of this opposite foot. You find a position that is comfortable and works for you. Now, if you are pregnant or you have any pain in through the pelvis, then this asymmetrical sit is probably a little bit difficult. So if you have any pain in through the pelvis, what you might like to do is come and sit on a chair instead. Soles of the feet nice and flat onto a ground. So I am sitting at the very edge of my chair this way. It's not a less than thing to sit in a chair. We're working with movement in through the ribs. So it's really what is comfortable through the lower body rather than one is better or worse than the other. Okay, so I plan to over-explain this. The reason that I'm going to over-explain this is because I'd rather that you watch this video once, ditch the video, maybe check in with the video to make sure that you've got it correct, but not to do it each time with the video. If you do it each time with the video, you're going to get very bored of my over-explaining, but I also want for it to stick in your brain. So if we come into our mermaid sit, my legs are going over towards my right, your left, but my right. The same direction that your legs are going, that's the arm that we're going to pick up in front of us. So same direction as the legs, same arm. The most important thing, and it will not work if you don't do this, is to relax your elbow and to relax your shoulder. So there's no point in doing it like this or doing it like this. Relaxed elbow, relaxed shoulder. Now, the direction that your finger is pointing, that is the direction that we are going to move. All right? So same arm as legs, but the pointing direction is the direction we're moving to. You're going to pop your other hand down beside your body you're going to connect your eyes into your finger. So we're moving this way. We're going to go around as far as we can and back into the center. Around as far as we can and back into the center. Now, this is not supposed to be a forcing thing. So I don't want you to use this hand that's down to wrench yourself around. I do, however, want you to think of this as a range of movement. So as you go around to the side, I want you to go as far as you can go, and then I just want you to inquire, can I go any further? And the answer may be yes, I can go a little further, or it may be no, I can't go a little bit further. So remember, not pushing, just inquiring. As you do this one, you should notice that we're getting a little bit further each time. You may not notice that, but hopefully we're already starting to see a change in the mobility of those ribs. So from here, I'm going to get you to twist around as far as you can go. We want to keep that twisted position. So whatever your finger is lined up with, I want you to keep your body there. We're going to take this arm and pop it over the head. If you have a habit of pulling on your neck, don't put your hand over your head. Pop your palm of your hand behind your neck onto your upper torso. So either over the head or onto the torso. Make sure that you already haven't started to come back to the center. We want to maintain this twist. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add on to the twist a little bit of a side bend. So that elbow comes down towards the ground and back up. Down towards the ground and back up. So this is what it looks like if my hand is on my torso. This is what it looks like if my hand is over my head. You should not start to face towards the front. So you will have to check in to make sure that you're staying with that twisted position and not falling out of it. All right, one last one. And then I'm going to get you to bring your hand back in front of you. Again, connect your eyes to your finger. Relax your shoulder, relax your elbow. And then we're just going to turn our head back towards our feet or over our shoulder. Again, we want the torso to stay in that twisted position. It's just the head and the neck that are moving. All right, lastly, let's do a couple more of those. And then lastly, put your eyes back onto your finger. Come back into the front. Let's check, elbow relaxed, shoulder relaxed. And then let's come back to a few more twists. And then hopefully we're going around that little bit further. Beautiful. All right, release your arm. Let's change over the legs. We'll do a few on the other side. The other reason that I'd really like you to do it with the video, and then once you've kind of learnt it, to ditch the video, is because whilst you're doing it on the video, you're concentrating on me. And for this one, I'd really like you to concentrate on yourself and your movement. So my legs are now over to the left. I'm going to lift up my left arm. So same direction with the legs as arm that we're lifting. Relax your elbow, relax your shoulder. We're pointing the direction we're going. Right hand down, and we're twisting around. Now, one thing that I quite often hear when we do this exercise in class is Last side that I did, it hurt here. This side, it hurts in exactly the same spot. So it doesn't matter whether you're twisting to the left or twisting to the right. Every single rib, the left and the right ribs, are all moving. So if you have one rib that's stuck, you may well find that it hurts both sides. Okay. Now, when I say hurt, it shouldn't be pain. It shouldn't be tingling, numbness, pulling, anything along that sort of thing. It should just feel like maybe catching or a lack of space, or you should just gently feel aware of it and like it's loosening. All right, we're going to stay over towards that right side now. Take your hand over your head or onto the back of your torso, and we're side bending, bringing the elbow down towards the ground. Okay. So the idea of this is to get those ribs moving. All of our ribs are supposed to move with every breath we take. Hopefully those lower ones are moving a little bit more than the upper ones. But we want good movement. We want every rib to do a little bit of the movement. No particular rib to get stuck. So this exercise is really about opening those spaces, opening those joints. It's not about stretching or strengthening. It should be quite a subtle sensation. If it is more than a subtle sensation, then perhaps maybe seeing somebody. All right, settling back into the center. Bring your arm in front. Again, tie your eyes to your finger. Relax your elbow, relax your head. Turn your head over the left-hand side, then back to the finger. Over the left-hand side, and back to the finger. Beautiful. All right, coming back into the center, and we're going to do that same thing where we twist around and see, do we have more movement? Do we have more freedom through the spine and the ribs? And hopefully the answer to that is yes. Thank you very much, and I really hope that helps.